Graham Clark is a senior lecturer in operations management at Cranfield School of Management. He is talking about the importance of education for a successful career. Why do people take MBAs during their career?
There are a number of reasons why people take an MBA. The economists would say it's all about money. So most people want to get an uplift in salary, if only to pay for the MBA degree, which is not cheap. On the other hand, I think a lot of people will take an MBA because they want to get an acceleration in their career. They don't necessarily want to change jobs, but they want to get on faster. Others very clearly want to become general managers, and an MBA allows people to get an overview of all the business disciplines within a year or within 2 years. So it's an accelerated progression. And for still others, it's about choice. What do I want to do? I'm not going to be confined by where I came from. So it's about career choice, maybe a bit later on in their careers.
What do employers expect from job applicants these days? And does it depend on the industry?
I think it depends not so much on the industry, though it depends on the company. So some companies have very clear procedures that they will only recruit people with a certain kind of qualification, an MSc or an MBA or a chartered accountancy, whatever it might be. And in those kind of companies, then you need to know what the hurdles are in order to get even an interview. Other companies within the same sector may say, well, actually, I'm really looking at an individual. I'm looking at their desire to work for us, and may give people a chance, even though the qualifications aren't always there. Though there are some sectors, some industry sectors, which I think do tend to prefer their people with qualifications in their area. So, for example, retail organisations tend to recruit people who have retail qualifications. People in the hotel sector also tend to recruit people who have hotel qualifications. But it really does depend, I think, a lot on the individual organisation as much as the sector.
In your opinion, what is the best path to a successful career? A strong educational background or working your way up?
I'm afraid I'm going to give the academic answer. It depends. I think for some people, they know almost straight away what they want to do with their life. They've got a business idea, Richard Branson or Alan Sugar. These are the sort of people that know they want to get into wheeling and dealing, and they're there straight away. Others, they're not so sure. And one of the advantages of a formal business qualification in particular, it allows people to really think about, so what do they want to do, and gives them that start which maybe they don't have. So I think the other thing I want to say is that the best leaders often have taken time to really think about what they need to do. And again, formal education may help with that.
Can you think of someone who has succeeded in business without a formal education?
Well, I suppose one of the world's richest men is Bill Gates. And Bill Gates actually did start at Harvard, but he dropped out, I think, after the first year. So I'm not sure that really counts as a formal education. But he had a passion and a business idea. And of course, that's worked really well for him.
Can you think of someone who wouldn't have succeeded in business without a formal education?
One of the people that are in my mind is a guy called Andy Harrison, who until recently was CEO of EasyJet. And if you look at Andy's career, post doing an MBA, he became a consultant and then worked for a number of organisations before becoming CEO of EasyJet. And what Andy would say is that the MBA gave him what he called the jargon-busting guide. So although he's not an accountant, he knows how to speak to accountants. Although he's not a marketeer, he knows how to talk to marketeers. And the MBA did that for him, and it also allowed him to get past the first hurdle in his career. Post that, it's all down to his determination, and it's all down to his clarity of goals. But there's no doubt that the business qualification gave him the first step on the ladder.